Hello everyone, welcome to the Hybrid Major Glitches 2025 tournament. This is a race between Malmo and Spleebie, two very talented runners, one of which knocked my scrub self out of the tournament, so we will see how this turns out. This is Hybrid Major Glitches, which if you don't know what that means, we're going to see a lot of clipping in the overworld, and some clipping in the underworld, in dungeons / caves, but not quite as much as we will in the overworld. My name secretly is Sliver. Thank you to Other Tom for tracking. Definitely the most important role on the crew, and thank you to our wonderful restream helper. And we are off. Both doing the Link's House start. I feel like I'm seeing more of that than the DM rush. We see just 3 regular crystals. I believe there was a red crystal at Hera, but the red crystals don't really enter into the conversation very often in HMG. Okay, Malmo going to Saha. Spleebie's gonna go and get the hobo off the map and hopefully make it over to Ice Rod Cave. Alright, Saha just has some money. Looks like Malmo picked up some bombs as well, which is essentially what you're looking for when you're taking this route. Spleebie, interestingly, is not interested in Ice Rod Cave at all, just wants to go to Saha here. Usually you'll see people swim clip into Ice Rod Cave because you don't need a bomb to get in there. Getting some green pendant information, it is Ice Palace. So I'm kind of sad because Ice Palace is a really fun dungeon in HMG, whereas in No Glitches it's kind of a pain. Just hearts on the tree pool there. I'm checking LJL. This is an important check in HMG because the only reason you would ever kill AGA 1 is to get access to Lumberjack Ledge, and that's because we have methods of getting around it if it's the intended Dark World access. So good to just check that off. Confirm that we don't need to kill AGA 1. Oh no, not the bees! The bees ate 2 of the rupees. Alright. Malmo coming back for Death Mountain Ascent, which she will probably be followed very shortly by Spleebie here. I'm just not 100% sure what Malmo's going to do afterwards. She might want some more bombs. So might want to do like a Graveyard Ledge play to get some more bombs before going to Paradox Cave. She does have the money to buy bombs, so I could just go to Paradox Cave with the intention of just buying them. But I don't know if I've ever seen her make a play like that. Spleebie, meanwhile, going to Kakariko, which is definitely an unpopular thing. People like to delay Kakariko as much as possible. So if something important is here, then Spleebie can maybe get a leg up like this. Yeah, and like I thought, Malmo's going straight for Graveyard Ledge. Oh no, she's in glitch jail. Unfortunately, Malmo clipped all the way through that ledge instead of dash turning into the pixel that she needed, so whatever, happens to the best of us, and alright, got it that time. Yeah, and I had a feeling Malmo might want more bombs. She's just gonna blow up in the hole here, and then exit and fill up. Spleebie, meanwhile, found some money, which I guess stands to reason that a thief's hut would contain money. Sword is nice. Okay, blue bottle is really nice. Alright, speaking of money, I believe Malmo wants some as well. Yeah, so when you do the Death Mountain descent like that, the game loses track of Link's position somewhat, so when you fall down a hole, you go into the Holy Hand room. There is a way to fix it, but this is definitely intentional. She might just go for Hobo now. Oh, going for Mini Mold Arcade. Meanwhile, Spleebie finding Berna, maybe on the Merchant? Nothing super incredibly important on Spleebie's side yet. Berna was in the well. Like, that sword is nice to have. It makes some of the clips a little easier, and it definitely gives you some safety when you're dashing, but, like, you can definitely delay swords for a really long time in this mode. Ooh, okay, second sword. It's gonna be even better, but, like, I don't think Malmo's gonna end up, like, missing either of those. At least not for very long. Plus, he didn't find the all-important fire sword, so now going to desert is kind of a pain. Desert is a crystal, so like clearing this for items and then having to come back later to kill the boss is kind of meh. Especially because mirror doesn't really lock a whole lot in this game, or in this mode, so it can really... Okay, well that's pretty impactful. That's a nice hammer. Okay, Malmo following Spleebie into Kakariko. So neither runner interested in Death Mountain at this point. I wonder if it's just a money issue. They want the money to be able to DMD down to Zora. Alright, so Malmo gonna get her 2 swords. Spleebie finding that big key is just gonna jump down, probably do K45 into Agina, and then save and quit. No? Oh, big chest, of course. This is a long way to go for just a big chest. Alright, there's where that Berna was. Alright, hammer, Berna, and a bottle. We're a moon pearl away from Spike Cave. Third sword, wow. Alright. Seeds free. Alright, let's see where Spleebie wants to go next after this. Got most important thing that he got was that hammer. Malmo downing the potion right away. Oh, she's gonna go get the bat. Okay. So this check is not in logic because you have to wrap the map like that. But yeah, very, very well done. That has a bit of a hard lock risk. She would have had to do all of Kakariko again if she locked there, but oh, nice here. Okay. So that is in logic. The hammer in Desert Palace puts that in logic. Oh, how did she get powder? That's a good question. Oh, is it just in Mini Moldarm Cave? Because I know she did it. Just trying to think of what Malmo did that Spleebie didn't. And Mini Moldarm Cave is pretty much just the answer. Yep. Spleebie ahead on chest turns by a good bit. Okay, Spleebie just gonna run all the way over to Ice Rod Cave here. I feel like swim clipping after Hobo is just faster. Maybe it just forgot. Oh, how did she get magic power? She drank a potion. She got a potion in Tavern and just drank it right away. Sorry, I'm not used to people calling it magic power. Most of the time they just call it magic. But it is technically called magic power. Okay, we've got some Mario there. Mario is nice to have, but it can do some cursed things. Like with that mirror being in logic, that puts correct me if I'm wrong, but does that put chain chomps in logic? Because you can mirror clip to it. And of course Mimic Cave as well. So some cursed options rearing their heads here. Spleebie gonna take his first trip up the mountain. Uh-oh, he messed up. I didn't see how he messed up, but yeah, good recovery there. Now Mo can dig it. That's just bombs. They call her Malmo the Minesweeper. That's not true at all. I'm gonna say a lot of lies about these runners, so just be prepared for that. Alright, Malmo up to Hera, probably followed in short order by Spleebie. Oh, okay, yeah, he definitely wants bombs. Alright, and we have the Swamp Palace small key. It may look like a Hera small key, but it's actually the Swamp Palace small key. That'll make sense in a few minutes. Good to know that that's available, especially having the mirror in hand to reset your dungeon ID, so you don't have to do the weird thing once you find the flippers. Alright, so we got green pendant at Ice, Swamp and TR with the other two pendants, and the 5 crystal at Thieves Town, but again, 5 crystal doesn't matter that much. Ooh, okay. Interesting thing on Malmo's side, she's gonna do the East Death Mountain clip as a bunny. Using mirror. Yeah, mirror-assisted bunny clips don't come into play very much, but you do kind of need to know how to do them. There are ways around them, but yeah, it's all about speed and efficiency. Alright, there's those flippers. They are in logic. Wonder how long until we see someone go to Swamp. I guess you would need a hook shot before you're able to do that. Oh, logically you would need a Hera Big. Oh, okay. Awesome. Moon Pearl just on the floating island there. Well, technically, if it's on floating island, there is some water there. So, I guess... I mean, technically, if you really think about it and are very twisted about it. And of course, the same clip to get, oh no, Spleebie got deadrocked. The same clip to get to floating island from the left side obviously works on the right side. Now we get our first look at Paradox Cave, which is usually pretty high on the priority list since it is a Sphere 1 check. And it's 7 items. Both runners trying to make the mountain trip a little more worth it. I'm thinking about a save and quit, but I believe she is going to Zora DMD. Just for the fish. Not sure how I feel about that. Oh, interesting. Spleebie has a book. Did he check the tablet? Oh, okay. Mello's going back to her portal. And alright. Using a wall clip. Port to the Dark World. Okay, she's going to TR. Which is fair. You've got Mirror, you've got Red Cane. You can get a decent amount of things here. Or maybe she just wants to save and quit out of here. That would make sense. Yeah, okay. Just wants to save and quit out of Mimic Cave. Oh, that's right. Spleebie went to Waterfall. Memo didn't. Now, interestingly, Spleebie can hover Hookshot Cave. Malmo does not possess that ability. Could just be a huge waste of time. Well, she could have done chain chomps, but I don't think you want to commit that much to one check. Does that break what Malmo just did? Because I think she's trying to do Silver Surfer, but I don't think she has. Okay, she's not trying to do Silver Surfer. She's trying to do King's Tomb. And dying in King's Tomb to preserve her portal? Okay. So she set the portal, then she went to get King's Tomb. Okay, and now she's gonna run to it this way, I see, instead of fake flippering for it. No, the mirror clip gets you to both sides. So she can just go in the left. Malmo doing front of escape, Spleebie checking the fish. I believe he successfully hovered Hookshot Cave, but it's got junk out of it. Trying to swim clip back to the mountain. Not sure where he's going, but he's going a long way here. Oh, he just wants to come here for Spike Cave. Spike Cave into the village DMD, maybe? Nope, he just wants to swim all the way to... Okay, I see. That's a long swim. I might have wanted to jump out on West Mountain, do Spike Cave, and then DMD and just try and spy that bumper ledge item. Oh, but you would need a glove to get through Spike Cave, so I would have been very sad in that scenario. Alright, first look at the village. Ooh, nice rod and Dark Cross. Not required. Unless something's on the pedestal, but... Oh, okay. Almost unlocking. Oh, she's good. She's going all the way? Alright. I like it. Gloveless back of escape in the dark. Spleebie, meanwhile, doing a what's called an RNG manip by bonking off of that pipe. I've never heard of a way to manipulate RNG like that, but maybe he has. And that's definitely why he bonked off that pipe. Alright. Pyramid Fairy coming up empty for Malmo. Between the two of them, we're kinda getting a little light on checks. And I think Malmo wants to take a swim over to the hammer pegs. Obviously can't get out, but, you know. Actually, maybe you can get out from there. I think there's a way to get back in the water, just fake flipper. Oh, she doesn't need fake flipper. She has the flippers. She's already checked the bat. She did the map wrap earlier. Just gonna swim clip over to the other side here. Yeah, so the bat actually has the mirror. So that's the big difference right now, is that Malmo has a mirror and Spleebie doesn't. But I mean, mirror's not required, even though, like, even if Swamp was a crystal, mirror wouldn't be required, because you can set the Swamp ID without the mirror. Alright. First crystal on the board for Spleebie. Malmo gonna put a crystal up a couple minutes behind. But she does have a pretty nice chunk of checks that she's done that Spleebie hasn't. Half magic at the brewery, which I guess we already saw from Malmo. Not low enough. Okay. I wonder, do we know what color potion Malmo has? Does she still have the blue, or does she have one of the greens that she got before? Oh, a flute in the top of Thieves Town. I didn't realize that. Malmo's gonna get a much easier path to activate that. So Ether to open Mire. We will need that. There's still not any way to get into Mire without the medallion. That's legal in HMG. Stumpy with Lamp. Just go on to Hype Cave, see how hype it is. Yeah, so for those of you just joining, Malmo did Mini Molnorm Cave before Kakariko, which meant that she had the powder, so she went and checked the bat out of logic. Which was actually in logic, she just didn't know it. But yeah, that's where the mirror's at. So Spleebie does not have that, but again, not required. We can get around it. And this flute that both runners have is another one of those items that is never going to be required because you can get to Mire area by other methods. It's just kind of nice to have, and you know, need the swag duck. Alright, now where's Spleebie going after this? And will Malmo just go straight to Mire? Okay, she probably goes to Mire, but what she could do if she has a red or a green potion is YBA to save the Smith. Probably not. It's not a move that I've seen anybody do in this tournament. It's just one of those things that you could do. Brahmin mirror offset Smiths. Oh no. I hate it. Actually, I love it, but I'm gonna say I hate it. Alright, Spleebie gonna clip up here and just try to kill Landmo, I guess. Bomb was a little too low. There we go. Second first try. I don't think there's any super good reason to do this unless Landmo has an item, so I assume that Landmo is holding an item. At this point of the tournament, I assume the runners know it. Well, it came back for me, so I'll just keep calming over it. Hopefully it'll come back on Twitch soon. The tempered sword fight here for Spleebie. Malmo doing the hobo check, which is not something that you normally see this late in the seed, I mean. Okay, was that a cape on Landmo? Tracker has not tracked it yet. I thought I saw a cape on Landmo. Okay, there we go. Spleebie just gonna run through front of escape now, which we've already seen from Malmo. Oh, going the long way to Uncle. Somebody help me out. Why is he going the long way to Uncle? Is it a meme that I'm not aware of? Are we just, like, wasting time? Whatever. Do the checks. Get the things. Alright. Malmo not even taking the scam. That's important. You need to stick to your principles. Just cut your losses. Don't take their paltry buyout sum. To Bombo's tablet, I guess. Yep. And interestingly, we haven't seen Pod from either runner. And with Hammer and Lamp in hands, it's looking like perhaps there may be something in the darkness. No. Spleebie doing this extremely slow death warp. I hope he didn't leave a fairy in a bottle. Oh, I think he released it, actually. I think he did have a fairy in a bottle, but he released it. Yeah, I think Malmo's astronaut is a little too short to reach that keyhole and has to like jump to put the key in the door, and that's what you saw there. Those weren't bonks, those were the astronaut jumping to get the key in the keyhole. Alright, Spleebie getting his non-required ice rod. And second crystal on the board here for Malmo. Oh, and she can flute away from here and doesn't have to save and quit, which is huge. Like, maybe Malmo wanted to head toward Pod, but I think she wants the Ether Tablet first. And yeah, that was almost certainly a mistake jumping down. I think she came up here because she wants to do Ether Tablet. Spleebie, on the other hand, realizing that bomb placement is not good, gets it on the second one. Malmo just walking to the pixel is a very staunch proponent of just walk to the pixel, don't do any fancy setups. Moldorm's getting a little frisky. There we go. Luckily, she'll get all those bombs back here in Pod. Alright, compass in the shooter chest. Does that mean we're bow locked, or are you expected to be able to open the middle door without a key? We are bow locked, thank you. Okay, so everything Spleebie and Malmo are about to do is out of logic. But you're already here. Can't really go anywhere else. Might as well just hope for something in here at least. Guess they could pop out and do Eastern. I don't know how good that mirror portal is, but it should work. I feel like I've done that before. Nope. I'm all gonna get kicked down. I don't think so. I think you need to, okay. Alright, Spleebie with a nice potion camera unlock. Easy game. Walk left, drink a potion, drag the mimics off screen. Easy peasy. So easy that one of the runners taught their mom, who has never played the game before, how to do it in about 5 minutes. Alright, both runners skipping the bombable wall small key, which is pretty cool. Those 2 screen transitions end up being fairly slow. Alright, Dark Maze top, just bombs. Alright, so we've seen all the checks in pod between the 2 runners. We just need to wait until they do what each other has done, and then probably just a mirror to the front and Eastern dip. Save and quit from Spleebie, okay. Oh, because he doesn't have the mirror, of course. Okay, mushroom turned in fairly fast. Great time for the stream to crash, honestly. We don't need to see this nonsense. Boy. Oh, that's not good. Alright, well, luckily this version of the basement clip is a lot more forgiving than the other one. So what Malmo's doing here is arming spin speed, making the block bounce with the lamp while picking it up to clip into this wall, doing a series of 1-frame movements in order to clip through the pipe. Well, this isn't part of it. Normally you have to, normally you have to go in the diagonal portion of the wall. Yeah, so now she has to set it up yet again. This is why people just kind of prefer to do this in cave state, because then the turtles are not an issue at all. But can't really be in cave state and believe it or not, this actually will save Malmo however much time it takes to get the bow. Because she's not going to have to do that. She's just going to clip right through this pipe and kill the boss. She looks fine. Oh, that might have kicked her out. Nope, still good. And we're through. Fantastic. Spleebie, meanwhile, finally biting the bullet, going into Turtle Rock. He did go to the bat, and I believe last located his mirror, so maybe just trying to follow that. Yeah, so despite how long it took Malmo to do that, it's probably gonna take her longer to find the bow and then find her way back into pod and reset the pod state. Yeah, okay. Okay, not interested in Eastern at all. Or at least gonna turn in the mushroom first. Oh, I did not know that TR was Bombos. So yeah, that's true. Spleebie could just be following Bombos logic. Which is only one chest, right? It's only the compass chest. Because Chain Chomps was in logic already. And any other chest would require the big key. For the fire rod. I think that's how it works. Probably wrong. Oh no! Almost in jail. Okay. She is able to go into Spike Cave. To fix her, hands in the air like you just don't care state. Yeah, so if you pick up a bush while you're screen wrapped like this, you're in the bush pickup state forever. And that's how to fix it. You just go into Spike Cave, and yeah, without many better options, both runners are going into GT here, and there's our bow to put in logic. So Malmo won't be able to hover to right side, but I wonder if she's going to bomb jump it. Definitely doing tile room here. But I wonder how much more of GT that Malmo wants to see right now. She can finish the game without the hook shot. She can bounce off of the Moldorm. Ooh, nice big key in tile room. That's kind of huge because I think Spleebie's gonna do a full left here at the very least. Okay, there's the first glove that we found. That doesn't mean it's the logical first glove. It might be the second one because it's still behind that hook shot. Talk about a good strat for lamp right side. I guess that depends on your definition of good. Oh no, Spleebie. Oh, okay. Came from the map room, so it's fine. Oh no, he's in jail. Yeah, so I guess that depends on your definition of a good strat. The bomb jump is definitely... You can definitely get the bomb jump to be consistent. But I believe what you're referring to is the spacewalk strat. Which is basically just hook dash on a certain pixel. But yeah, that would require the hook shot. But yeah, basically you just hook dash to a torch, and then you get 1 frame of free hovering, which is, if you've positioned yourself correctly, is enough to get you around the torch. Okay, so Spleebie is going to do everything on the left here before doing anything on the right. I can't imagine that he skips tile room. But if he does, that's going to make big chest really awkward. Maybe setting up really high for that ice armos. Seemed to work though. Alright, just junk here in the basement, and Spleebie is not interested in right side at all. I guess he realizes, you know, right side's not in logic. And if the big key does end up being on right side, then he's just made it really awkward to get back to big chest. So, doesn't even want to see it. Gonna go back to pod. Kill Hama. Clear Eastern. Given how early we found those flippers, I'm absolutely shocked that the game has not given us access to Swamp Palace yet. Because, I guess the big key could be in Hera Basement, but we don't want that to be the case. We also don't necessarily just want to burn the key to get down there. We're doing the class clip up the Eastern. So this hookshot location is going to be really important here. Or if we find second glove. Okay, so there's our hookshot just on the one chest that you would want it for in Eastern. Because of course it is. So logically, I believe... Okay, so if the Hera big key is in Hera Basement, then Swamp is now logically available. Actually, I don't think that's true. I think you still need to be able to get into Mire. Someone can correct me on that in chat. I think the game never expects you to only go through Hera to get into Swamp. I think I heard that somewhere. Alright, Spleebie gonna get this hook shot in short order. And it looks like that's probably the only thing that's in here. I probably forgot to say this before, but this is game 1 between these two runners of a 3-game series. So, I don't believe that we've scheduled game 2 yet, so keep your eye on the schedule. Actually, I think this is the last scheduled game right now, so we'll keep our eyes out for other races as they come up. But yeah, this seed's one of the more complicated ones that I've seen since I started playing HMG. Now, importantly, Spleebie did already hover Hookshot Cave, so he knows that there's nothing there. He also knows that the available chests in TR have nothing. Malmo does not have that knowledge. Okay, Tam and Chex got their series scheduled, I see. Malmo dusting off the ancient tech. Yeah, by killing Moldorm here, we will determine whether or not the big key is in the basement. Big key is not in the basement, so Swamp Palace is behind that Ether Medallion, which we have not found yet. Could still have a fire rod there, but like I don't really think we need to count on that at the moment. Spleebie lagging behind just a little bit for now, but... Oh, okay, Malmo's gonna go check Catfish. But yeah, Spleebie quickly running out of things to do. Since he already hovered most of the hookshot required stuff. And we're back even on crystals. These two runners are kind of just neck and neck, honestly. Spleebie has a couple of chests in Turtle Rock done that Malmo doesn't. Alright, Spleebie going back. He's gonna try for Swamp Palace. Malmo doing Spike Cave. I don't remember if we saw this from Spleebie. I don't think he's been back to the mountain since being in GT, but of course it's nothing. Yeah, maybe just playing a little bit of follow the leader here. I'm gonna climb. So Fire Rod is part of Go mode at this point, but I don't think it would be a horrible play as long as you could do it quickly. I don't think it's a horrible play to try and spike Ether off of right side GT. Oh, oh no, Malmo. Please don't run out of arrows. Alright, what a gamer. Yeah, I probably would like that fairy. Ooh, spicy play here from Spleebie. There is an item in Hera Basement, which Malmo is just gonna leave behind forever, basically. So, big time investment from Spleebie here. We'll see if it pays off. Does not pay off, and he will hard reset to maintain the key. Maybe going for Checkerboard Cave, which I believe we've already seen. I think it was just like a piece of art. 3 bombs. Are we just gonna see a fire rod on the climb? Is that the joke of this seed? Seed has had some pretty good jokes so far. Alright. Moment of truth. Ether! And mitts. Okay, wow. Both the gloves, just right here. Spleebie, meanwhile, breaking logic, going into swamp. Taking the 1 out of 10 chance and just finding the swamp big key. I guess the first chest there isn't breaking logic, the rest of it is behind the ether medallion, though. Let's see what Spleebie wants to do after this. Oh, we're getting cursed. I think this might be a Skullwoods play. Malmo did not find her fire rod. But now with access to Mire, now her best play is to just go to Mire and then YOLO Skullwoods, because neither of them dipped the front. At least I don't remember them doing it. Momo trying for the clipe, barely got through. Did not feel comfortable going the rest of the way. Malmo never did check checkerboard, okay. I was off my rocker, I guess. See if this fire rod turns up in Skullwoods here. Luckily the fire rod locks just enough that that you can cross about a dozen checks off the list. Malmo knows those mitts are available though, so she knows that they could just the fire rod could just be sitting in Ice Palace behind the Bombos medallion. Spleebie does not know that though. To Spleebie, Ice Palace is just fully out of logic. It's always rough to have a seed where one person does the climb and then the other person misses it for however long. We'll be going back to Turtle Rock. Malmo, meanwhile, grabbing that Misery Mire big key, but not going to the boss. Usually when they're one from go, you'll see runners just YOLO the boss and try to get their go mode that way, but Malmo seems to think it's somewhere else. Or maybe just at least wants a chance of being able to do spooky in the basement. Yeah, Spleebie now finding that big key, which is incredibly out of logic at this point. Like there has to be at least one small key behind Fire Rod. But I guess if big key is in lava chests, that kind of diminishes the key requirements for it. I'm fairly sure it's still out of logic, though. Alright, no fire rod for Spleebie, trying to figure out what he's got left. I think the climb might be his last location here. Maybe has a one-off or two that he can get to. It is looking, yep, there it is. That's that go mode fire rod, so Spleebie is bottlenecked to the climb. Malmo gets her 6th crystal, just has to go to Skullwoods to get number 7. And looks to be in a commanding position for game 1. Yeah, Spleebie going into ice now. Hoping that maybe it's only Mitts on the climb. And that Fire Rod and or Ether is just in here. Unfortunately, we know that's not the case. But yeah, it makes sense in Spleebie's position to not want to climb for progression. Mitts and Ether are both in Mini Helma Room in GT. And then, of course, Fire Rod is on Vitreous, so unfortunately, Spleebie wasting a bunch of time clearing this pendant ice. Now we'll probably finish before he gets out of here. I guess if the... No, it is green pendant, so I think he's killing the boss no matter what. Yep, right side GT is in shambles. Never was a chance. Another thing that's largely irrelevant now, but Spleebie did not do Tile Room, so doesn't even know that the climb is available right now. He just did a full left, and I believe he did the 2 Hope Room chests. I think he did everything but Tile Room, which does have the big key, which is our logic. Well, he's already been to GT. It's just he has not done the climb because he doesn't know it's available. He thinks it's locked behind the fire rod. or just kind of gambled that it's not tile room. Which the majority of the time he'd be right, but this is not the majority of the time. Nice rando bat pattern there from Ganon. Only took like one hit. So Malmo with a very nice rupee count. And where were our silvers in your pig? Turtle Rock. Alright, well they've got to be on right side, because Spleebie checked everything that was not fire rod locked. I think Spleebie finally just going to the last location he has left in the entire game. Alright, they have an exploding pig on screen, and she is below the line, so get your GGs in chat for Malmo, who will finish this admittedly complicated seed first. And now gets to drink from the fire hose. So, that's pretty pog. And we are joined by our first place finisher, Malmo. GG.
Thank you. Looking at what's Spleebie missing.
He did not do tile room, so he didn't get GT big key, so he didn't know that the climb has been available this whole time.
Oh, that's the classic fire rod in tile room with extra steps. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Goes to show that you just never know. You just never know what's happening.
Yeah, this is his hard last location, so
when I won, I was just racking my brain over what could possibly have happened to Spleebie, because I thought the seed was super free, especially if you can hover. Because if you can hover, you just like go to GT, you find their big key, and you climb, and then you hover, and you get ether, and you go to Meyer, and you get the fire rod. But I did not even think about tile room big key being an issue.
So Molar and Bounce was good in the seed too, actually, because Validation didn't have anything.
Yeah, but I would never do that. I would have done that if it was like... No, I just don't do that. I don't skip the item unless I know it's nothing. Especially because there's a time advantage to doing GT climb last. Which means there's no reason to ever... There's no reason to do it just for speed unless you have a good route that it leads into. So you're only doing it because you're gambling that the first 3 chests are the item you want, and that the last one is not. Yeah. And in this mode, in this branch, it's never going to be a hookshot on the climb, except for like very rare key layouts. Oh, I'm glad to see we all had a good boomerang GT, whatever that thing is.
Actually, his first attempt, he first tried it.
I main that strat, even when I have hookshot. And then, of course, the time I needed to do it, it took me 4 tries. Also, that basement clip.
that was certainly a basement clip.
It certainly was.
Those turtles really wanting to
That
earn
was. I swear
their
those.
bonuses.
I swear the turtles had spin speed. They were going so fast. They were booking it.
Yeah, they definitely were out for blood today. And we are joined by our other runner today, Spleebie. GG.
GG.
GG. Sorry about the tile room fire rod with extra steps.
Yeah.
Ether in the climb, fire rod, and Meyer on the boss.
Jeez.
It felt so free, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to win this. I wasn't even going to get the second Meyer item if it wasn't on the boss, because I thought, for sure, if it's just in Meyer, I lose. It's going to be in one of the pendants. I'm going to go to Swamp next.
Huh.
Which is why I did Checkerboard first, because I knew I was going to go to Swamp next.
Yeah, that's another question I had, because you found the big key in Spike Room. Like, why not go boss there? But if you felt behind, then yeah, you check the rest of the dungeon first.
Well, I thought one item. I wanted one item. I didn't want to skip both items.
Well, you were going back to go into Swamp anyway, right?
Exactly. I guess that's fair. But I did want one item.
Yeah, I mean, I even gambled that in no glitches, honestly. I just, like, if the big key is in one of the first two chests, you just go to the boss and hope your item's there. If not, you just take your lumps and go back.
Is it impossible for the fire snakes to hit you here?
I think so, yeah.
Because I've been standing here for a long time.
If you look at the geometry of the room, I think there's actually no valid path for them that hits you.
Yeah, because they always have to go until they hit something and then change direction.
I'm certain that the developers did this on purpose. Someone was probably just bored. I'm like, okay, I need to put spikes in here. I'm gonna arrange them so that you can stand in front of the chest and not get hit, and see if anyone notices.
Yeah, maybe.
It
Anyway,
it only took 34 years.
This would be a good screensaver. This is mesmerizing.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I'm sure you already talked about it. Took me so long to get in here. You already told Malmo about how the fire rod hunt that I was on, and Ether. It's I one and done Skull Woods, and then eventually, and when I went to GT, I completely forgot about Tower Room, or I would have done it before going left side. And so then I had a bunch of, oh crap, it's back in this location moments, one of which was back at Skull Woods. And then it was like, oh crap, I got Mirror, it's Mimic Cave, or
you got Mirror. I got Mirror super early.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, I'm pretty sure the rest of TR is out of logic. But then after a while, and so then I went and checked the front of Swamp, and that was Big Key, and then I went back to something else. I don't know. I went back to TR because I hadn't opened the lava chest, which I'm pretty sure is still out of logic without fire rod because of keys.
Yeah,
I went to ice, and I was like, I have no idea. Like every option I had was out of logic.
So you just forgot Tile Room. You didn't skip it on purpose.
I didn't. Yeah, I had no idea.
I wonder if I had skipped it on purpose. If I would have gone back. I guess the answer is yes, because I found the Bow and Hope Room and I almost save quit out to go to Eastern. And then I decided that Eastern is unlikely to have both of my Go Mode items, so I'm just going to do all of GT that's not Fire Rod locked, and then not climb, because I don't want to miss the Moldorm chest.
Yeah.
And then go to Eastern. And Eastern had a
basement
shot.
clip pod already?
Yeah, I had already basement clip pod. Helmstar didn't have an item anyway. You should watch back my basement clip because it's kind of funny. Like it just mega owned by turtles twice. And then
Nice.
I have a good time using various strategies to try and get rid of them, including Ice Rod, which is in Dark Cross. I guess you know that because you full cleared the game.
Yeah. I did Hair Basement too.
Oh, Hair Basement. Yeah, that was a fun one.
Well, I saved Scum so I'd have the key, but
Hair Basement is
looking really not like an option at that point.
I was thinking about it at the time when I was feeling really behind to just do Hair Basement, but then I also hadn't opened Big Chest, and I thought, well, I'll just do that from Meyer once I get Ether. And if I don't then Ether's not going to be upstairs. So it can only be in Hair Basement. Also, like, first chest of Swamp can be there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, we'll do a game 2 at some point, but I'll leave it up to you because it's going to be whenever you want to take a break from your game, bug game.
Yeah, no, this is what I get for only playing Silksong for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well...
Yeah, so look out on the schedule for that. I have been told that X-Human and Tam have scheduled their races.
Yeah, the next 3 nights at 9 East. Yeah, 9 Eastern, I think.
9 Eastern. So
Nice.
yep, be on the lookout for those. And yeah, thank you to Other Tom for tracking. Thank you to Maddie for setting everything up. Any closing thoughts from anyone?
Thank you, Sean, for commentary.
Yep, look forward to watching it back.
He's secretly a sliver.
That's just a rumor. All right.
Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.